Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Whack, man. I know I ain't been on here in a minute, but everything's cool. A little crazy around the edges, but it's all good. And I'm hoping that y'all are blessed and pushing through. So the last video I made uh, was about when the COs broke my hands in Lancaster. So I figured I would go ahead and rehash my time there at Lancaster because not all of it was fucked up. You know what I mean? Actually, Lancaster was probably the penitentiary that I had the most fun, if you could say fun, and it was surrounded, and I was surrounded by a lot of good homies. That's probably the most homies that I've been on on with on one yard, and we were. We'd like to think that we were untouchable. You know what I mean? And anyway, so let me get into that. So 2001, right around the time of 9/11, I got out of Tehachapi, the shoe, and so I went up for endorsement, and they ended up endorsing me uh, to, I want to say it was like Salinas Valley, but anyway, something had happened, and instead of Salinas Valley, they sent me to Lancaster. And anyway, so I get to Lancaster, and they put me on A yard. I guess A yard at that time was the orientation yard, and and orientation was just in one building, one row. I think it was like C section, the bottom tier, and C section, or maybe even just half a C section. So 270s or three sections. You got A section, B section, C section. And in the middle of each section is a shower, so there's a total of six showers. Anyways, so I forgot what building it was, but it was A yard, and I was in C section. They actually put me in cell 150, which is the last cell in C section. But anyways, on that orientation row, it just so happened to be two other Crips from San Diego there. The homie Body Snatcher and the homie Speedy. And they were both, Speedy, he had been in Lancaster on the main line. He was just waiting to go home, I believe. He was short timing. And then the homie Body Snatcher was waiting to go to the low custody yard over there. I believe it's E yard in Lancaster. At the time, it was E yard. And most level fours, if not all of them, I think all of them at that time all had a minimum yard. That's what they're called, minimum yards. And them dudes would be the dudes that would come over and work if when all the yards were on lockdown. They'd bring them dudes over to do like the kitchen work and all that. And so the homie Body Snatcher was waiting for a bed over there on E yard. Well, when I went, so the way they ran the orientation in Lancaster was they would bring us out to chow first, and it would just be us in that row, and then we'd go to the chow hall, we'd eat, and then they put us back in our cells, and then they would let the GP or whatever you want to call him out to chow, and we were tripping on that, and then the homie had got at the sergeant on the way back from breakfast the next day, and the sergeant basically was like, "Well, this is an honor yard here. They don't want any problems. These dudes are over here. They're mostly lifers. This, that, and the other. It's a program yard. Everybody's got jobs. You know what I mean? And or they're in some kind of vocational or whatever. And so we try to get you GP inmates, especially the level 4 inmates, to the yard that they're going to as fast as possible." So I think that Wednesday I went to UCC, which is Unit Classification Committee, and they endorsed me over to DUR to the SAP program. And so SAP program is the substance abuse program. And so I would say by Friday, Thursday or Friday, they came and got me and was like, pack your shit, you're going to DUR. So here I am, going to DUR, and the homie, like I said, the homie Speedy had been there, and he was like, yeah, don't even trip, bro. He said, the homies are deep over there on DUR. I'm like, okay, cool. So in my mind, I'm already, you know what I mean? I'm not tripping. And this is like my fourth year in the joint already. So, I mean, you know what I mean? I've already went through the fire, man, more than a few times. So I wasn't really tripping. I was just ready. Because I had, like I said, I had just got out of the shoe. Um, and then they threw me on the main line into Hansby. And I was only on the main line for like 3 weeks. And then they got me up out of there to Lancaster. So I was ready to, you know what I mean, hit a yard and start programming again. You know what I mean, get a little sunshine and be able to go to canteen and do all that. You know, function with the homies. So I was looking forward to that. So anyway, so I get to DUR, man, and they put me in Building 5, which is the SAP program. I get up in Building 5, and as soon as I come through the rotunda, all I hear is whack, whack over here, cell 141. I look, and it's the homie. Bam. Next thing you know, somebody else is calling my name. What? Look, it's the other homie. Bam. Next thing I know, the homie gets his door popping. Like, what cell they got you going to, cuz? I'm like, man, I think they got me going up there to, like 123. And he was like, who up in there? And so he went to go check, and there was nobody in there. He was like, nah, cuz it's an empty cell. He said, why don't you move next door to me? The homie Flag from the coast, from San Diego, he by himself. I'm like, okay, yeah. So, and the homie Flag was on the, he's like, yeah, cuz move in with me. And so, bam, they get at the police. And of course, the police gonna do it because that empties them a cell. So basically, they're gonna have a cell empty to do what they need to do with it, the police. See, if I would have went up to that cell up there, then they would have had to find a black cellie that was willing to move in with me, rather than me just going in the cell with the homie, and that opens up a whole cell because his cell, you know, he didn't have a cellie either. So they were gonna do that off top, and plus with me being a white crib, the, you know, the administration, the program I was, they didn't want no problems anyways. So they're gonna accommodate a bed move for me anyways. As long as I get put with a homie or something, then they ain't got nothing to worry about. They're gonna do it 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? So they put me in a cell with the homie Flag, and I didn't know him from the streets or nothing like that, but I heard of him. He's from a different Crip gang in San Diego, but he's one of the you know, he's a solid stand up. He's a solid stand up homie for sure. So salute to the homie Flag, man. That's my brother. Anyways, so I get in the cell with him, and then next thing you know, I got homies coming to the door, man, and they just coming by like, cuz, what's up, cuz? I mean, motherfuckers I ain't seen since Campo, since juvenile camp, since the streets, you know what I mean, other joints, and these are all Crips from San Diego. So, anyways, uh, I meet the homie, little Paul Blue, rest in peace, man. God rest his soul. This is the first time I ever met him, man, and this is kind of like I kind of want to make this video a little bit about him. Like I just mentioned, you know, he's not with us here in the flesh anymore, but I kind of want to like dedicate this video to him because he is one of them people that I ran across in my life that actually stood out and made a difference, if you will, in my life. Just based on the generosity of his heart, his realness and just his perseverance, man, through the storms, trials and tribulations of CDC, you know, and all that that entails. So shout out to you, little Pablo. I love you, homie. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget you. But anyway, he comes to the door, introduces himself, and he starts telling me about he was just down there with my homeboy Stinky down there in Calipat, and we're laughing, you know, chopping it up, and he was like, "Hey," he said, "I'll be back, cuz I'm gonna let me go get a laundry bag so I can get you a welfare kit." You know what I mean? And, welfare kit is kind of like, a care package or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so next thing I know, I mean, we got dudes coming to the door introducing themselves, man. They're not even Chris from San Diego. Even the Damu, one of the main Damu in that building, uh, dude from Treetop Pyru, he came to the door, introduced himself, and was basically like, "Hey, let us know what the woods say, homie, because if they got something to say, then we all finna tear this motherfucker up." So that in itself right there was another good thing, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. So it seemed like we straight. And anyway, so about 20, 30 minutes passed, man, and I look up, and the homie little Paul Blue walking across the day room, and he got this laundry sack. Now these laundry sacks that they give you are pretty big. They're the little net bags. I don't know how big it is, but it's pretty big. You know what I mean? And he had that thing full, man, like Santa Claus, man. He just dropped it in front of the door, and he like, "Man, this is from I collected this from the homies, but when you come out for when they pop the door for chow, there's gonna be some more shit." I'm like, "All right." Next thing you know, I got cases of soups in front of my door, um, personal clothes, sweats, shorts, slingshots, boxes, shit just brand new. You know what I mean? A pair of Jordans, the homie Mikey from Trey 7 brought them to my door, brand new, brought them to me, put them in front of my door. And it was just, it was love, you know what I mean? And I seen the camaraderie amongst the homies and even the Damus, you know, even though, later on we ended up having a little misunderstanding with the Damus and kind of got into it or whatnot, but there was still solidarity amongst the blacks, you know what I'm saying? And the blacks, that was probably the one joint that I could say where the blacks outnumbered the Southsiders or right on par with the Southsiders. And that's what it was. The homie little Paul Blue went and hollered at the white boys. The white boy was basically, their little caller was like, "No, we ain't got no problem." You know what I mean? It is what it is. Left it at that. I only had one incident with the white boy there. He got there after I got there, and he just kept staring or whatever. And I ended up getting into it with him. And after that, it was like, left that shit alone. They ended up getting dude up off the yard. Or he got, however that worked out. I'm not sure. It was none of my business. But anyways, so, man, we're programming, homie. I get a job right away working behind the wall at Office Services, which is a class, I guess, to teach you how to do office work. So I go up in there, and that class got about 6 homies up in there, and there's a teacher up in there. And she cool, she an older black lady. All she do is bring in movies from the street, so we watch movies all day in the classroom. So we back there smoking weed, eating spreads, just doing our thing. I'm talking about, whatever, you know what I mean? And come back after work, go to work exchange, hit the yard, machine in motion. Get your little money in, smoke a little trees, hang out with the homies. You know what I mean? Then go in the building, hop in the shower, get ready for chow. Go to chow, hang out a little bit on the way back from chow, take your time, and then go lock it up. You know what I mean? And that's the day. And then sometimes they'll be doing showers or whatever and shit like that, but there was no day room. Anyways, um, so over this period of time, I got to get to know Paul Blue better, man. And one of the things, the first things that stuck out to me was his intelligence. Now, I'm not saying homies are dumb or you got some dumb homies, but uh, just his intelligence stuck out. His keen knowledge of any conversation that was going on, he could put his 2 cents in, and it was worthy enough for everybody to stop talking and listen. Um, he didn't have to talk loud or do anything like that, uh, exaggerate or anything like that. He was a solid dude. He was humble as hell. He was doing a lot of time, unfortunately, and one of the coldest things that I've seen in the pen was he had filed an appeal to get some time knocked off his sentence. They called him back to court, so he was kind of happy, thinking like, hey, I'm going back to court. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be getting out sooner than rather than later. Man, he get back to that court. They end up giving him extra like 28 more years on top of what he had. So then he ended up having like 55 years. He came back, man. He was sick as a dog, and he wore that, man, like a soldier. Like a warrior. He took that and wore it, and it was what it was. There was no crying and moping and pouting, and you know what I mean. And I used to look at him sometimes and not say nothing, and just look at him, look for uh, just any kind of sign that he was troubled over this shit. Because the shit would have killed me. I would have went crazy. They would have had me buried up under the shoe some damn where. Because I would have went insane. But nope, I look at him, he was happy, he'd smile with us, he'd laugh with us. I mean, he was still the same dude, man, didn't change at all. His anger didn't quicken, none of that. And that was one of the things too, is that when a situation arises, and while some of us would get mad uh, about the situation because we knew that it was going to have to be violence, that violence was going to be the end result. He never got mad. He didn't. His demeanor didn't change. His none of that changed, man. And that was just another indication of he was real deal, man. He was a straight gangster, man. A straight crip, homie. You know what I mean, from the low bottoms. And he was really about that business, man. And he was about that life, but he didn't have to toot it out for the whole world to know. You know what I mean? But you knew when you came in contact with that man that you were dealing with the real deal. And that man, I was wild at the time. I was like 22 years old, 21, 22. And every time something happened where one of the homies needed to be DP'd or something, I would always offer up myself to be a part of it. And finally one day he was like, man, let's hit a laugh, homie. Me and him were walking and he said, I understand that you feel because you're a white boy that you gotta do more than the homies. He's like, that ain't the case, bro. He said, since you've been here, Every time something happened, you the first one to offer your hand. He said, that's hella respectable. But at the same time, if I sit back and I let you, and I keep letting you do that, homie, I'm using you. And I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want no parts of that, homie. He said, I love Crips. And Crips ain't a race. You know what I mean? It's a movement. And so when he said that, man, it really got me to thinking. And he used to tell me, he said, man, cuz you going home in a couple of years. Take your ass home, bro. If it ain't life threatening, if it ain't immediate, if the homie's life ain't in danger, immediate danger, your life ain't in immediate danger, man, go home, bro. That's what you need to do. Go home. And that was the first time that a homie really explained what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Um, and showed that they gave a fuck about who I was as an individual and where I was going. You know, and I'll never forget that. And I made sure I had contact with him after I got out, and I made sure that I told him, hey, you know, I love you, bro. You know what I mean? And you know, I'll never forget what you used to tell me, because you used to tell me all the time, like, "Whack, come on, cuz, tone it down just a little bit, bro." You know, because there was a Samoan homeboy. Uh, he's my homeboy. I put it to you like that. He's from Long Beach, SOS, Sons of Samoa. Me and him the same man. Cuz got a gang of time. We like 21 years old. We meet right there in Lancaster, and we just click. Now, granted, he is Samoan, so he's in the cell. He's in the cell with his homie, with his Uso, with his Samoan people. But he let it be known, hey, I'm a Crip. This is what I do. I did it on the streets. You know what I mean? It's Crip on mine. So they kind of like, he fucked with his people, but he fucked with me and my homies hella tight. He always fucking with me, you know what I mean? We used to work behind the wall together. We lived right next door to each other, so we'd be on the door. When we'd be on lockdown, we'd be on the door all day talking and shit, clowning. Even to the point where, like, you know, we used to get loud and shit. Next thing you know, here come the fishing line. And it's, the homie, little Pablo, whack. You and G-Nut need to get off the door, cuz motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I know you motherfuckers is irritating motherfuckers. Alright, cuz. So I shoot G-Nut the kite over to him. He'd be like, man, fuck these motherfuckers, cuz it's crap. And so, you know, we was just young and dumb, man. And, you know, and I think that little Paul Blue, he, you know, hold on, my light. I think little Paul Blue, he knew that, man, and he seen us. And, you know, Paul Blue was a YA baby, man. And from what I've gathered and talking to him and talking to the homies and knowing personally from the streets, man, he had been locked up since he was a young pup, man. He did a stretch on my and got out, was only out for, I don't know, I think that somebody said like a week or something. And they ended up catching all that time. They went back to court on an appeal and they broke his ass off. So, man, but God bless that dude, man, and his family. You know, God rest his soul, man. That's my dog, you know what I mean? If you were a Crip and he knew that you were about your business, he'd give you the shirt off his back. And I've seen him do it time in and time out, man. Where, you know, it wasn't about, you know, what he had or what he didn't have. If you were in need and you were a homie, at all costs, homie, the homie gonna be there. And I love that dude for that, man. Salute to him, man. I can't say it enough. And I know everybody's gonna get in the comment section asking about how he passed away. I'm not really gonna delve into that. I'll just say that he and passed away in Corcoran a few years back. Anyways, so we were in Lancaster, man. We were doing it our way. I think every car there was doing it their way, and I think that if you get on the internet and look it up, that at that time Lancaster prison was off the hook, man. Um, in other pens, man, you'd be doing people would be doing mail outs for money. You'd get some work from somebody, and you'd have to do a mail out, man. Well, these dudes were literally like on the streets. These dudes literally had big face $100 bills, man, and that's what they were doing. You know what I mean? So you bought someone of yours, motherfuckers were paying cash for that shit, and it was a crazy time, man. We had a lot of fun, homie. I mean, this was before cell phones were a big thing, um, but there were cell phones there. I heard one of the homies had a motherfucking DVD player. Motherfuckers were watching full blown pornos in their motherfucking cell. Motherfuckers had a videotape and shit. You know what I mean? Out of their cells and sending it, whatever. You know what I mean? Fits of Jack Daniels and excuse me, whatever you can imagine, it was up in there, man. I remember a time that we went on lockdown and we knew that they were gonna do searches, and so during that time, everybody had a chance to get rid of anything in their cell that they didn't want to get caught with. So we all did our thing and shit. And I remember a homie getting at me like, "Hey, you want the rest of this weed?" Hell nah. Alright, sure. Yeah, the homie, how much is it? Like, man, it's about a zip. Wow. Hell motherfucking no. Thinking he could smoke it all before they hit the building to do searches. Hell no. He's like, well, fuck it then. Anybody else want that shit? I'm talking about he on the tier with it. Like, anybody, you know what I mean, out there, like, I mean, you know, hell no, didn't nobody want that shit. That motherfucker ended up flushing a zip of weed down the toilet. I mean, all you experts can gather up and guess how much money that was. I'm not sure, and I'm not going to sit up here and try to guess, but that was a decent amount of money. That was a decent amount of soups and Jergens bars of soap and Irish Spring and Ultra Bright toothpaste going down the toilet, I can tell you that. But, so during that search, what they'll do is they'll come and hit a part of a tier and they'll put you on the other side, they'll cuff you up, you and Shelly, and they'll take you around to the other side of the day room and sit you on the benches while they search your cell. So they took us across the day room, me and the homie Fave. Oh, excuse me. And, we over there chopping it up with the other homies that are out of their cell, waiting on their cells to get searched too. And we're over there and chilling. And so they come back. The two building cops come back to get us, to escort us to our cell. And as we're I jump up, start walking over towards my cell. This motherfucker started pushing me towards the sally port. I'm like, hey man, where am I going? He ain't saying nothing. Then I see him pushing my cell. We going through the motherfucking sally port outside. What the fuck going on? And he's like, man, you know that knife was yours. I said, knife? What are you talking about, Jack? Yeah, you know that knife was yours. You know what I mean? Put us in 2 cages in the motherfucking program office. Then the lieutenant or whoever else get at me. Hey, we know you a white crib, so you have to have protection on the yard. Oh, man, get the fuck out of here. So they end up sending us to Ash Shed. Damn. We in Ash Shed. And as I said, they don't give you shit. They give you a Title 15, a sheet, a blanket, a pair of boxers, a shirt, and a pair of socks. That's it. I get the Title 15, man. I'm going through that motherfucker. I'm talking about from front to back, back to front, top to bottom, bottom to top. I said, there's gotta be something up in here. There's gotta be something up in here that can get us to fucking, that can get us to beat this shit. And sure enough, man, uh, sure enough, it was there. Bam. There's a rule that says every time a cell move is completed, the floor officer of that building needs to go in there and inspect that cell, and then log it in, and then log that he searched that cell. They never did that. So what I did was, when they came to do my 115 hearing, which is the rule violation report, is called a 115. When they came to do me and the homies' rule violation report, I ended up calling the 2 building cops as witnesses. My silly did the same thing. My question to them in the hearing was, did you search my cell before you moved me in there? No. Asked the other building cop, Carranza. Did you search my cell before I moved in there? No. Bam. Lieutenant that was in charge of the hearing, looked at me, looked at them, and said, I have no choice but to dismiss this case. Sally went in there, the same damn thing. And before you go, we got found not guilty, so they was gonna have to kick us out. They was gonna have to kick us out the whole back to the yard. Well, we go into ICC, Institutional Classification Committee, which is the committee that sees you when you in that SEG and all that. They weren't too happy. The dude said, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how you guys got found not guilty. Knowing damn well that was your knife and this, that, and the other, this, that. And so I just sat there like, yeah, whatever, man. When you want to let me go to the yard? Well, then they try to come up with some bullshit. Well, we don't know how it's going to go. You might have to sign a chrono saying that you're not going to hold us responsible if anything happens to you in the yard. This, that, blah, blah, blah. I said, man, I'll sign whatever, man. Just hurry up and get me back to the yard so I can go to the store next week. Bam. So they end up releasing us back to D yard to the SAP program. Bam. Instead of putting me in building 5, they put me in building 2 because there was no room in the SAP program building 5 yet. So they put me in the cell with the homie Country from Main Street. And I knew him from the yard. I knew him from previously being on the yard and shit. He was a cool homie out of LA and shit. And so bam, it was the day of the, I'll never forget it, man. The Lakers and the Kings in the Western Conference Finals, man, Game 7. I got out that day. It was a Sunday. We chilled and shit, smoked a little bit of weed, ate a spread and shit, chilling, you know what I mean? And shit, Kings lost. Sorry, motherfuckers. That's when the fucking refs cheated the Kings out the damn championship. But anyways, went to bed. Next thing you know, man, our doors being popped open at like 4 in the morning. They raided that motherfucker thinking I was gonna have a knife in the cell. I'm not that fucking dumb, you dumb motherfuckers. Take us out the cell, put us in the shower, cuffed up. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, they hit the cell. They don't find nothing because you ain't gonna find nothing. I don't even have my property back, you dumb motherfucker. You ain't even wait for me to get my property back. But they're so caught up in their mind thinking he's a white crip and he's so worried about these white dudes coming to get him that he's going to immediately, as soon as he hit the yard, he's going to run and go make him a goddamn knife. You damn fool. I've been here all this whole time and these white boys ain't said nothing. They're not going to say nothing. They're not going to say nothing. And if they wasn't, if I did need a knife, I sure wasn't going to have it in my cell the night I get out of Ann Sin because I know you motherfuckers is mad about having to find us not guilty for this other damn knife that CDC planted in my cell. So for these for any listen to this, for anybody to sit up here and say the police don't plant evidence on my mother, that's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. I searched that mattress inch to inch, ripped it open, stuck my hand from top to bottom, side to side to make sure there was nothing in that motherfucker. There was nothing in that mattress. The police stuck that knife in that mattress because they didn't want me on their yard. For whatever reason. Point blank simple. They did not want me on their yard. Anyways, so when we get out the hole, they send me in there with the homie Big Country, and then the next morning they raid our cell. They don't find nothing, they gotta put us back in our cell. They end up moving me to 4 block, which 4 block is the SAP program overflow. So I was hoping to get back to building 5, but I got to building 4. They put me up in building 4 in an empty cell. We on lockdown at this time. Something had happened. I forgot what had happened. Some little stupid little skirmish or something happened, or something came. Or no, you know what? Something came up missing, and they allowed to like a pair of scissors out the barbecue or something came up missing, man. And they threw us on lockdown. So I was in the cell by myself in building 4, trying to get to building 5. And one day I'm sitting there chilling. I've been over there for like a week. Next thing you know, here come the police. Oh, come knock at the door. Oh, they want to talk to you in the program. For what, man? Oh, no, you got to, oh, man. I get to the program office. It's the same sergeant. Hey, look, man, we got this kite saying the whites are going to get you. We gotta, for your safety and the safety of the institution, we're going to have to send you back to the camp. Man, check this out, man. You motherfuckers, I just did a 4 months in the hole over a bunk-ass knife case that y'all fucking try to set me up with. You know what I'm saying? And now, you trying to send me back to the hole, so they sent me back to the hole. And within, I think it's 24 hours of you getting sent to the hole, you have to have a 114D lockup hearing. So the captain of the yard that you came from, he has to come do a hearing. And he has to find a probable cause for them to keep you in ADSEG. So the captain comes, and I'm telling the captain, like, man, Captain, you know I've been in your yard for a year now. Ain't nothing ever happened. Ain't no bullshit went on. You know what I mean? Come on now. And he was like, man, I know that. He was like, but, you know, I gotta, you know, pending more investigation, I can't let you. I said, come on, man. So he detained me in ADSEG. So then my next hope was to be when I went to ICC. You go to ICC a week after. I think you have like a week to go, or 3 days to go to ICC, or something like that. So that's what happened. I go to ICC. You could tell the associate warden and them were happy that I was back in the hole. But I'm like, hey, check this out. I've been here for this long. I ain't never had no problems on that yard other than with the police. You motherfuckers trying to set me up. I said, how funny is it that I beat a fucking knife case that you guys try to send out for a DA referral and the DA fucking kicked it back to you guys like you're smoking crack because it was bullshit and they fucking knew it was bullshit. Then you guys fucking all of a sudden, the day I come back to the yard, you guys raid my cell, 4 o'clock in the morning, find nothing. Then you move me to 4 block by myself. I'm in the cell by myself, and then all of a sudden you get a kite saying the white boys are gonna move on me, but I've been here all this time and ain't nothing like that ever happened. Come on now. Don't that sound fishy? So, I was like, man, you can even ask the IGI, man, the gang dude. They call him up in there, into the ICC hearing. And he says, well, what he's saying is true. I've never heard of, this is the first time I've ever heard anything about that since he's been here. And you know, him being who he is and what he is, we've always kept a close eye on the situation, and there just hasn't been anything to support anything like that. So they had no choice but to kick me back out. So they kicked me back out the hall, and luckily they put me right back in the 5 block with the homie Dark Side. He was an older cat from, I want to say he was like from Modesto or some Stockton or somewhere up north. Older cat, you know what I mean? And that's when shit got a little bit hairy, man. But I've been going for about 40 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and log off for this one, but I got some more. Some more tales for y'all, man. And thank you guys for supporting my channel, man, and egging me on to make more videos. I've just been consumed and doing what I do, man. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the comments. You know what I mean? And they're more than welcome. You know what I mean? So I say that to say much love, much respect. Be safe, be smart, but of course be humble. And if you can help somebody in need, do that. You know what I mean? And if you haven't checked out the homie's channel, Mitch Heart Intentions, you need to go do that too. But until next time, I'm gonna try to drop another video, part 2 to this tomorrow. But until then, man, God bless y'all, man, and be humble. Thank you, and have a good night.